The AHRI System Selector may have a bit of an intimidating name, but really it's just a place that you can go to quickly and accurately match equipment and also find information that you might need to know about that equipment. So you're going to be able to check your price and availability for not only the equipment, but also the accessories that go along with it. And if you want, you can make the purchase straight from that same screen. You can email yourself to check it out later, maybe email a coworker, or you can bookmark it with a product list. So of course, in addition to that, you can also get AHRI certification information that you might need. And in the next couple minutes, I'm going to show you how to do all of that. In order to use the AHRI System Selector, you first need to log into our website. Once you do that, you'll see this blue-gray bar, and from there you can choose AHRI System Selector. Now once this page loads, you'll see you're asked to provide some really basic information about the system you're trying to build. In this example, I'm going to build a Coleman air conditioning system with furnace and evaporator. And because we only filled out that very basic information, you see our list of results is very long. It's more than 100,000 results, which is just a bunch of combinations of pieces of equipment that could meet the criteria that we've already specified. So obviously we need to narrow that down. I'm going to start with selecting the tonnage. So I want a 3.5 system with 16 SEER, and I would like to get 80,000 BTUs. You can see we're down to 436 from that 100,000, so that's helpful. We can continue on down by choosing a 21-inch furnace width, and maybe lastly we're going to specify that we would like a single stage furnace. So now you can see we're down to 177 results, and that's going to make it a little easier to sort through all of the results we have. So if you knew what model number of any piece of equipment you would like to include, you could search that number here and click the magnifying glass, and it would find that model number within the results that we have. Now, if you're just starting from scratch and you want to see what the system recommends, you can just click on any of these rows after you've taken a quick look at all the specs. So for this example, I'm just going to click this top result to show you what it looks like. And once the system loads the page, you can see you pretty much have everything that you would need to know. So you could see all the pieces of equipment associated. The system's even going to tell you if you need a TXV and actually what the TXV is and whether or not it's in stock. You also may or may not need this, but the AHRI number, as in the certification number, is up top here. You can copy that and paste it if you need it for rebates or regulatory compliance. And I'm actually going to show you how to download the certificate in a moment. But first, let's look at what I think you're more likely here to do, which is simply look at the price and availability of a system based on some criteria that you needed to meet. So again, we have all of the pieces of equipment, and if we just want to go ahead and order that now that we know that it meets our needs and it also is available, you can just add the system to cart right here, and we're going to take you right to the cart from that page, and you can see exactly how many are in stock and the price, checkout right there, and you're done. However, I know that that might not always be the scenario, so we're going to hit the back arrow on our browser to go back to the results. So I'm going to show you another example of how this might work for you. I've chosen the same system again, but this time I want to point out that you can actually add add-ons. So these are going to be items that are suggested to work with the equipment that's listed up top here. So you could see we have multiple choices for pads, so you could pick those. Again, you're able to see the price and availability. Maybe we want to add a whip. If you want to see details about any of these accessories, you can just click on the link here and it'll take you to the product page. One last thing I wanted to point out is that we are recommending one of each item to complete the job that we're seeing you build, but you can absolutely order more than that. So if you wanted to add more surge protectors for another job, you can just change the quantity right in this box and it's going to select it for you. So you could just check out, like I showed you before, you could add more furnace add-ons, which work exactly the same way as the condensing outdoor unit add-ons, but just be aware they're over here. Another thing I want to just point out to you though is that if you're not quite ready to check out, but you've already come this far, you can actually create a product list for use later. Now, some of you may have already seen our product list training, so I'm not going to get super in depth, but I just want to show you a quick example of how this could be very time saving. So say we have our equipment matched up and we have a few add-ons selected. We can just add this system to a product list and we could maybe name it by what the job name is. So I'm just going to name it after a pretend address. And then maybe we want to say bid from 3/1/21. And then if you want to stay very organized, you could create a folder just for this type of thing and create that list. And now, if your customer decides they want to go through with the project, you can access the list, select all of the items, and take it to your cart from there. So again, depends on what you're trying to do with the system selector, but there's a lot of options. As I mentioned before, the AHRI System Selector not only allows you to match systems that are certified, but it allows you to download the certificate if you need it. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. So from the results page, I am just going to choose a system. And once that system pops up, I'm going to be able to copy the number and then click this button that says View Certificate. Now it's a little bit misleading because you have to do a few steps once you click this. This really is just launching the AHRI website. And once it loads, I can take that number that I just copied from the last page and click Search. Now you can see that we have gotten to a results page, which only contains the one result we need. We click Select. And then once again, we're given a preview of all the information and we click the certification number and you'll see that the certificate is downloading to your computer. So you will be able to open it, you can print it, email it, whatever you need to do, but there you have it, the certificate number with the full certification number on it for your reference or for whichever rebate you might be looking to get.